So, what if you're a manager and this situation has put you in the first time where you're going to actually have to manage your employees while they work from home? Here are 5 tips that will hopefully allow you to be a better boss and make them appreciate the situation a lot more. So, number one is don't micromanage them. If you're messaging them first thing in the morning at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock to check that they're online, for the love of God, stop doing it. It just shows a lack of trust, and you've got to trust that they're going to be working. You've all got a job to do. Micromanaging your employees and checking whether they're online when they're working from home isn't going to help the situation. It's just going to make matters worse. You're going to demotivate your staff. So if you're thinking of doing that, don't do it. Number two, which is kind of related to this, is that if they're working from home, then don't just assume that they're going to be available and online all the time. Yes, they might be able to receive email and WhatsApp messages or Skype messages on their smartphone. It doesn't mean that they're obligated to look at it 24/7. If they're working from home, they need leisure time with their family, with their children, with their friends. Don't expect them to be online all the time. Respect the workday from leisure time. And yeah, make those parameters clear from the offset. Work with them and find out when is going to be their typical working hours, because it may not be the same as those working hours that they would have in the office. If they've got to deal with things like school run or going shopping or dealing with anything else around, maintaining a household. So figure out what their working day is likely to look like and respect it. Okay, number 3 is call them if you need to have a conversation with them rather than using email or instant messenger. Because inevitably, if your staff are working from home, then I think it's probably a given that in this situation, they're going to receive a higher volume of email than they normally would. If there's one thing that we already know, is that we get a lot of email as it is. And a lot of people do struggle to keep on top of their inboxes. So if you're a manager and your staff are working from home, then please don't add to this situation and make their volume of email even greater. If it's a simple yes, no question, write them on an instant messenger platform. If it's a conversation that requires something a little bit longer, then give them a call. That's what phone calls are for. Instant messenger and emails are not for detailed answers to a problem. If it's something that you need to know from your staff, pick up the phone, give them a call. Not only will you get a faster answer, but they will feel a lot less overwhelmed when it comes to managing their inbox. Number 4 is maintain, or if you don't have them already, then initiate regular one-to-ones with your team. This is paramount, especially in a remote work situation. Not only for you to check in on what they've been doing and to have an efficient mechanism for them to update you and vice versa, but they will probably, definitely, I think, want to have a regular cadence of checking in with you, especially if they've got issues that they need to escalate, or if they've got people that they need your support to remove some roadblocks with on projects or on issues that require resolution. Having that regular one-to-one gives the opportunity for that two-way conversation. It shouldn't just be a laundry list of to-dos for you to check in with them. They will most likely need support from you as a manager to help unblock some of the roadblocks, which in a normal workplace situation, they could just, sort of wander around to your desk and ask for your help. In a home office situation, obviously they can't do that. So be on hand and be available and be present for them to help them with those issues. And then finally, number 5, the final one is give them the tools they need to do their job. So by this, I mean, don't be pedantic and don't be anal with expenses. If they need to go out and buy a chair because they've got back problems, let them do it. If they need to buy office stationery, then let them put it on expenses rather than having go through the supplier catalog, because your preferred supplier is probably not going to be able to deliver if they're working from home. So all of these little things, travel, if they need to use their personal car to go and see a customer or a supplier, they're not going to be able to book a pool car or a rental car. So if you're a manager that's usually quite nitpicky when it comes to expenses, take a chill pill, relax, and give your employees the tools that they need to do the job. Obviously make sure that it's compliant. If they're going out and spending money left, right, and center, then of course I don't mean that. And there has to be a two-way sort of respectful order of how your employees are going out and spending the company money, but cut them a little slack during this time and make sure they have the work tools to do what they need to do. It will pay dividends in their productivity. Thanks for watching. If you think of any more, leave me a comment, or please share this if you thought it was useful, or if you're a manager and you've got something from it.